So this topic is more about how to sound comfortable and more real and like native speaker. So yeah, so that are the thing involved in it. So how to sound more real, more comfortable, more like native speaker. Because most of the time when we speak something, we get confused, we get out of, like we do not have any points to explain while continuing our speaking. So the first point is the topic is all about how to sound more comfortable and more real like a native speaker. Now the first thing is that whatever I'm going to speak in English, first thing to sound comfortable, I must know the first point is my content. I must have the information about my content. If I do not have information about the content, I cannot speak on it. If someone tells me to speak on the topic of Mars or medical science, and if I do not have that knowledge of medical science and the Mars, so I cannot speak anything in Hindi or in English also. So I must know the content. First thing is that, right? Second thing is that you must have the available knowledge of that content. Suppose that if you are speaking your yesterday's schedule, this is your content. And when you are going to speak about it, you must have the available knowledge in English. You should know the second form that you are going to use it and the related words which you are going to use it while narrating the yesterday's schedule, right? So these there are two major and basic points are there to sound more comfortable, because if you do not have the content information, if you do not have the available knowledge of English, see, nobody can say that you must have the entire knowledge of English. No, it's not true, because you cannot accomplish that target in Hindi also or in English also. So you must have the available information of that in English first of all. Now these are the two things which are called these are the two things which is you are mentally developed and not physically. Now let's come to physical ground, because sounding comfortable is more physical than having the knowledge now, because you have the knowledge of the content, you have the knowledge in English. Now how you can sound more real, more original, more like native speaker. So the first rule is that you need to speak, as I explained in the previous class, need to speak in word groups. You must speak in word groups, all right? Because speaking in word to word will sound like an utterance and not sound like you are talking to someone. Next, when you are going with word groups are not everything. Not everything. You must have the control, moderate speed with you. You can't rush, and even you can't go in a slower speed. You must have the average speed, moderate speed, because you are narrating something to people, narrating something to your listeners, right? So far we have gone with these 4 points. And now the most important thing is that when you start speaking, and if you want that you do not fall short of words, or you do not want to get disturbed by the wrong form of verbs, then it becomes must for you to get connected with your content. Means you have to walk with the images or the characters which you are narrating in it. Suppose that if you are narrating any video, motion picture, you are talking about the video which you have watched yesterday and now you are speaking to, or you are narrating to someone, some other person. So in that case, you know the content, you have the information in English, you are using the word groups, you are going with the control speed. But most importantly, when you are at the discourse of speaking, you must remember that it is not guaranteed that you will never fall short of the word. So in that case, you have to walk with the images which are there with you. You have to walk with the characters which you are describing about. So these are the 5 major things will help you definitely to sound more real, more original, more like a native speaker. So, but this is not a one-time practice. So you need to be in this way practicing all the time when you are practicing English when you are speaking out of your content, you have to go through it this way.